All right, catching up with the now retired Joe Benson. Coach, yesterday you used the word a couple of times, the word tired. How taxing is it mentally when you've built a standard here at Scottsbluff? I mean, it's about winning here. That's what the expectations are every year. How mentally draining is it to go through all of this each and every? It's about a 365 job now for a high school football coach. How taxing has it been on you? And when you use the word tired, are you just worn down?
Yeah, I'm a little bit worn down, and when you know your message is getting stale and you hear yourself talk and you think, boy, I just say the same thing over and over and over. I've been doing this for a long time, and it is taxing. There'll be a lot of times in the summer, 5 o'clock, you got to run down and see a kid. You got extra paperwork to do. You got a commitment here, commitment there, and after a while, that part of it gets to be no fun. Now, obviously, being around the kids is a lot of fun, but some of the other stuff I can do without.
You said you knew going into this year this was going to be it, and then during the year, you told me numerous times it was a player-led team. What a great year to have a player-led team when you're kind of feeling this way as a head coach.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, if you're going to have a great team, I think it's got to be led by the players. And we had a great senior group, and we had a great group of followers that fell right in behind them, and that really worked well.
Ask you about your coaches. Split them up into two groups here. Let's start with the old hands, the guys that you've been around for a long, long time, the Mark Morans, the Derek Devers, the Todd Manginis, guys like that. How important, what are the friendships like you have with those guys? How does that translate to being a cohesive unit as a coaching group?
Well, the thing about it is we all know we're all on the same page. I mean, we did all of our meeting stuff and did the X's and O's 15, 20 years ago together, and we did that year after year after year. We know what we like to do. We know what needs to get done. We meet a lot in the summer, and so when we go out to practice, there's really no wasted time.
Then you get to the Judd Halls, the Jake McLeans, the Ben Treffers, the younger kind of the young blood. I mean, these guys are great coaches also. Two of them are your top coordinators. What have they meant to keep you fresh and keep you young feeling?
Well, the thing is, I mean, anybody that says even when you're in my position as a head coach, if you're not learning from those guys, then you're not doing your job. Those guys actually have taught me a lot the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. They've got fresh ideas. They're both, I like to call them sequential teachers. All three of those guys are. They just build one thing like a good math teacher, I guess, just build a building block to the next building block to the next building block, and they make it really easy for kids to learn.
Always noticed at practice, those guys you delegated, they handled their duties. A lot of times you were out there running scout team, helping guys get in position to help out the starting or the help out with the starting defense, things like that. So you really turned things over to those guys and let them coach.
Well, I did, and then on the other side of that, I was the head JV coach the last 3 years to keep myself involved. And like you said, I did scout team, and then I coached a position on both offense and defense to keep myself involved. But I think if you're going to make somebody a coordinator or put somebody in charge, you need to let them do their job. If they have a question, I give them an answer, and we move on from there.
I know who your favorite player of all time is. That'd be your son, Ty. What was it like being a dad and a head coach at the same time when you had he was a star here?
Yeah, it was great. I always tell my wife I wish I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Just same old thing, you get engaged in your job and you kind of forget to enjoy it. But yeah, he had a great career, as did the other kids on that team, and that's something I'll always look back with fond memories.
How important was Gary Hartman to you as a coach?
Oh, great. He taught me, the biggest thing Gary taught me, two things, I guess, is he was a great friend and he was an organizer. That was the big thing with Gary. He was unbelievably meticulous and organized, and that really helped me.
Best, I'll put you on the spot here a little bit. You might hedge, I'm guessing. Best team you've been a part of at Scottsbluff?
You know, this team was obviously a great team. Our 99 team was a great team. Our 2000 team was a great team. I'd say between those three, it was really close. I'd say our 99 team had a bunch of really mean, good kids, but they were mean kids. This team was more talented.
What was it like coming to work every day with the type of talent you had on this team? I mean, Garrett, everybody knows, going to Nebraska, he's already there, probably already becoming a leader in the weight room. But on any given Friday night, any number of 1 through 5 or 6 kids could look like the best guy on the field, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it's nice when you have that. The thing about it is, it's like the old adage says, speed kills. And I knew at any time we could bust a big play, so we were really never out of a game. The York and Roncalli games proved that. It's nice. We had 5 or 6 really explosive kids.
The Roncalli game, I was sitting around on New Year's Eve thinking back to my year in the job, and that game really stood out as maybe the primo game of any sport that I covered. Falling behind, the comeback, the amount of points that both teams were putting up, the huge plays. Standing down on the sideline as a head coach, at any point were you able to just say to yourself, regardless outcome, this is fun?
Oh, yeah, it was fun. And, in the first half, you'd almost resign yourself to thinking, man, it's going to end tonight. And second half was unbelievably exciting. You should have seen our kids at halftime. They were so calm. I knew something special was going to happen.
State championship game. I know it didn't turn out the way we all wanted, but that's a great way, a great place to finish your career. And you obviously knew going in that was your final game. What was that experience like, especially with some of the guys you've been coaching with all this time that hadn't been there in quite a while?
Oh, it was great. We hadn't been there since 2000, and I was just more happy for the kids than I was for us. They earned it. I mean, it was all about them at that point. Whether it would have ended there or at home or on the road, I guess it didn't make a big difference. I'm just glad for the kids.
So what's the future hold for Joe Benson? I know before we started this, you were talking about all the things you're looking forward to enjoying in the fall when you'll have some more downtime. But long term, what's the future hold for Coach Benson?
Well, first of all, here I'll probably help out with the middle school or the 9th grade as an assistant. I still enjoy football and want to keep my mind fresh there. I'll be doing a lot more hunting, a lot more fishing, a lot more going to Wyoming games and Nebraska games, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been trapped here for 30 years, so I'm ready to get out and fly a little bit.
You deserve it, Coach. Thanks a lot for your time. I guess this is maybe the last time we're going to do this, which in a way for me is pretty disappointing because you've been really great to work with. So thanks a lot for all your help.
Well, I appreciate it, Chris. It's been great. Everybody's been great to me. I got more than I deserve, so I'm pretty lucky.